Yes, I have been a target of political harassment from the time I was about 20 years old because I aligned myself to a member of parliament who was a very dynamic member of parliament and prime minister. And of course, people seeing young women rallying behind him in the cause of building the constituency, there was a rumor that I was the prime minister's woman, young as I am, or I was then. And of course, that became a political issue. So even to this day, people say to me, but you know Cynthia? She's one of Tom Adams's women. He has long been dead 30 years. He's never ever approached me in any way, but of course in order to destroy me because of my potential to be able to whip up support for him at the grassroots level in the community, people felt the only way that a young woman can get involved with a politician and lend support is to be engaged in a sexual activity. And the other one was about 6 years ago with a former prime minister and in my party because I became a very popular candidate. I've run 4 times and every time I have increased my majority and destroyed my opponents at the polls. And therefore, in order to put in another person who would have joined my party from the other political party and give him a chance to win the seat, I was called a Chattel House on prime land that can be sold to the highest bidder. And rather than take it as a negative, depending on how much money they will give me to step away, to give way to a male counterpart. And of course my retort was, well, the Chattel House has been surrounded by all forms of 3- and 5-story buildings, hotels and structures. But the Chattel House, when that tsunami came, is the only structure that remained standing because of the solidity of the Chattel House. And I was able to treat to it like that. But there are many other instances where people call those in parliament, the females in parliament, only 4 or 5 of us, childless women. And I think that is the most insulting comment. Not only childless, but barren. To use the word barren says, well, you've sacrificed your whole life and have not thought of family. And I would have been the only person in the parliament at that time, 1 son and grandchildren. So it did not matter me too much, but I felt that it was an atrocious insult on those women who are in parliament because they are representing people, because politics is about people and serving. And the other question associated with what can be done, I believe that parliamentarians need to work with not only the grassroots people, because it is a cultural thing. Once there's a rumor and that rumor gets to the rumor mill, everybody is pulled into it, and that's how the insults and the criticisms come, and what we call the political harassment. And therefore, I believe that more politicians should work in partnership, both males and females should work in partnership with the grassroots people and the NGOs and so, helping to educate them that the role of a parliamentarian is not just to be rude and disrespectful, whether it be in the political arena at election time or on the floor of parliament, but to work together because we've brought people, I believe, of worth, of integrity, who can make a contribution at the local and national level, and therefore the respect should be due. So once we do training and we devise strategies that will help the people at the grassroots level to be able to understand what is happening, I believe that that will help to eliminate some of the political harassment that we all experience in the region, and I believe in the world. I see Donald Trump is doing it. So it is really an international thing. And therefore, I would be in the vanguard of assisting any organization, any political institution, any international agency that wishes to work with us in the Caribbean, in Barbados in particular, in my respect, to be able to help with the elimination of such an atrocious approach to destroying other people's character and their integrity.